Hello and welcome to an amazing podcast. This is the Cleaner D wielding my vital instrument, this straw.
This is Modi.
This is Matt. I'm the evil guy whose instrument is the one that D said but bad.
Heck yeah. And we are talking about Gachiakuta. What did you guys think?
I'm really enjoying the show. This is pretty much this is not like the best, at least so far, at least. It's not like among the best battle series I've seen, but this is pretty much exactly what I want to see in a battle series. Yeah, like I can't really complain too much about it. It does everything that I want to see well. And it even does some things that I haven't seen before. So yeah, I like it a lot.
Mm-hmm. Matt?
Oh, right. I think this has a lot of really big ups and downs for me. There's a lot of stuff that it does that I really like, and a lot of stuff where I just go yawn, boring. So like it does some stuff that genuinely surprises me. I think that I think is like really cool. And then it does some dumb shit, and then I'm kind of like checked out during that period of time. But yeah, overall it's like pretty good.
Are you
I
saying
like what
you
it's
didn't
doing.
like this?
I like the art, you know.
Nice. Are you saying you didn't like the scene where Jabber yelled it's jabbing time, jabbed himself, and started jabbing all over the place?
Was Jabber the
That was my favorite scene.
the bad guy?
Yeah, the dreadlock guy.
Right, I did not like him. I was really disappointed in him. I hated him. You're probably my least favorite character in the show so far.
Really?
Why did he disappoint you?
I don't know. I think I was hoping they would do something more interesting with him. And then I was just kind of like annoyed. He gives me very Mahito
I was about to ask you guys that
energy,
too.
and I do not like Mahito. And he just gave me vibes of that guy, but somehow even more like. I don't know if the show wanted us to think he was like cool in some way.
Do you like? Who do you prefer, him or Mahito?
I think Mahito, because I think Mahito
Really?
is purposely supposed to be very antagonistic towards people and very like sadistic and cruel. He fucking kills people. And I feel like this guy doesn't have the same like weight that he does, or even in this same interesting powers that he does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like him as much.
Okay, this might be a hot take, but I kind of preferred him a lot more than Mahito. And I think the reason for that is I feel like the way he's portrayed is very, like, consistent. Like, I think my biggest issue with Mahito is we get a lot of these, like, lol, I'm so random moments. Whereas with Jabber, I feel like you're supposed to have a very specific vibe when you see this character, and I think it's very, like, consistent with that. I'll also say, like, props to, one thing I definitely appreciate with this show's dub is them taking the time to, like, make sure a lot of the characters have their own unique, like, voice and, like, not really voice, but, like, way of speaking. I do really like how you could take a lot of lines from any of the characters and know which characters said lines. Like, I really enjoyed the fact that Jabber spoke in Brain Rot. And I'll also say that I do appreciate his design.
Can you explain that?
Him saying stuff like crash out, ratchety ass, angry
Oh,
ass,
really?
turd
That's how he was
burglar.
talking in the dub?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you
That's
know
funny.
what's probably not helping it is I think I was listening to the dub when I was listening. And I did not like his dialogue at all. I was like very annoyed
Really?
by him. Yeah, I think his
Oh.
the way his dialogue was delivered kind of annoyed me. It sounded like I don't know, kid who's trying to be like really quirky and crazy.
I think
I see.
I feel like
This is
like
why I tell people not to watch dub, man.
Yeah.
silence, heretic. But I would also say that I think we have the same opinions on the characters, but I think we see them as we see them in different lights. Like we're saying the exact same thing, except I'm saying it as a positive and you're saying it as a negative.
Yeah. I just think it's the type of character I don't like, and he kept getting back up, and I was like, oh, come on.
Just stay unconscious.
I liked
down.
Mr. I forget the name of the
Staff guy?
main guy. Rudo.
Rudolph.
Rudolph's. I like his side of that battle. But I don't know. I just don't like the character.
So, question: how are you guys feeling about Rudo so far? Because this is something I find really interesting about Gachiakuta. If I had only watched the first 2 episodes, I would probably drop the series. I think like after episode 3, the tone and the vibe of the show really shifts, and I feel like that's really apparent with Rudo. Like, he feels like he could have easily become a very obnoxious edgelord kind of character, but I feel like there's an interesting level of earnestness, tenderness, and I think my biggest issue with him is I feel like he's like in the meathead uncanny valley where he feels like he could easily be like one of those really brainy characters with how like he's obsessed with fixing stuff, how he's a bit of a craftsman. But I feel like the way he fights a lot of the time is very sort of improvisational, like not quite meatheaded-ish, but he doesn't feel like a. I'm trying to think of the most meatheaded. He doesn't feel like a Dingy, but he doesn't feel like a Deku either. And part of me kind of enjoys that. And I'll also say one of the things I really, really find hilarious about this world is, again, going back to the whole, like, him getting exiled from his home world was literally the best thing that could have happened to him. Like, for God's sakes, he gets better food, he's in a much more happy and accepting community, and, like, all the problems in this world can literally be punched in the face. Also,
Yeah,
this is
true.
an isekai, I just realized that.
It's funny because if you break down a lot of things, you'll realize that there's a lot of things that are actually isekai that just don't market themselves
No,
as isekai.
I'm not agreeing here. If that's the case, like, I don't know, Pokemon's an isekai because you leave like Route
Yes.
1 and you enter.
Yes.
That's just like narrative storytelling.
But no,
Lord of the Rings is an isekai because the hobbits leave the Shire to venture
Yes,
out.
Lord of the Rings is the original isekai. Yeah.
No, okay, I'm gonna fight you on that because they're still in the same world. Like Rudo,
That's what I'm saying. So they're not the same thing. They're the same world here too. The sphere directly influences the world of the whatever you call it.
No, but I see what D is saying because they're yes, you guys are both right in a way, but like I agree more with D because like there is a marked difference between World 1 and World 2, and it's like the type of thing where like it's like a door, like a path, what's the word, doorway of no return, whatever the term for that
Threshold
is.
of no
you know what I
return.
mean, right? It's like you go through the gate or whatever, you go through the portal or whatever, and it's a whole different world, and you're trying to get back. I agree more with I get it. I get why you say it's an isekai.
I think you're
Also,
both,
to be
I think
fair,
you're
with
just both
Route
wrong.
Okay,
It's
here's the thing with Route 1 and the Shire. If they forgot something back at like in the Shire, they could easily like walk back over, grab it, and then head back out. Same thing with Route 1. You can't like just go like turn around and go back to like the sphere. The sphere is like a completely different like world, social order, power system, everything. From what we've seen.
You also don't like. It's also like not a 99% death rate, like getting out of Route 1 or getting out of the Shire. Which, whereas, in Isekai, you literally have to die to go to the new world, and in this one, most people who fall through the pit die. So I don't know.
I like the idea. I have the image of like Frodo like taking, the scene where it's like, oh man, after this step, it'll be the furthest I've been from home. He takes the step, and all of a sudden, an orc just charges at him and punts them halfway across the hill.
I don't remember that scene actually.
It would be awesome.
Sam's the one who says that.
Oh.
But sure.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a nerd, you guys. All right.
We're talking about anime on like an anime podcast.
Yeah.
You are a nerd.
Mm-hmm. I'm a weeb, sir.
There's actually so much that I want to talk about, but I don't even know where to start. Do you guys have anything to say?
Okay, so I'll say I enjoyed the fight. I believe, like, the fight between Rudo, Staff Guy, and Jabber. I like how our next villain, the second villain we get introduced to's vital instrument is just the manhole cover. I love how this power system works, and like I'm hoping we get more people who have like completely random ass objects being their vital instrument. Like I want someone to have a backstory where their dad was just a complete deadbeat and gave them a bottle, like a used water bottle, as a birthday present, and they're like, "Oh my god, this used water bottle was the only present my father ever gave me, okay? It is my most prized possession."
I wonder what happens if, like, what is the full potential? Like, if Rudo unlocks the full potential of that used water bottle, what does that even look like?
Well, after seeing what a hose does, I have to imagine it would be pretty useful.
Yeah,
like you just flood the entire city or something.
I agree with you that I want to see more like weird, wacky things. Like, what are they called again? Vital instruments. But on the other hand, I also I'm really curious to see what it would be like if someone's vital instrument is actually like a weapon. Like, what if someone's vital instrument is actually like a katana or something?
Or a gun.
I feel that would be so OP. I really want to see that,
That would be interesting where it's just like, okay, how would you guys feel about if the power system was like scaled by what the object was? Or if it was just based on how well that person took care of that object? Or if it was like a combination. So say if someone like put the same amount of time and effort into maintaining a gun that they did like a fork or something like that, do you think they should have like the same like power level, or do you think the katana should inherently be more strong than the spork?
I think it should. There should be no reason why like a katana should necessarily be stronger than like a plunger or something. But the thing about a katana is that inherently it is used to fight. So actually, I don't know. No, I think I would prefer it to be like equal. So I wouldn't want it to like, it matters like, oh, if you have a weapon as your vital instrument, then like you're gonna have inherent advantages. But I would just want to see what would result from that if like you have a sword as your vital instrument or like a gun,
Yeah,
What's an object
I think it should be what they put into it. And honestly, like if someone had like a pencil that they really cared about, and we're just like fucking jabbing people in the neck with it, just like going around just fucking stabbing people with it. I mean, maybe that's the less interesting thing. I mean, they could draw, whatever, but something as like minor as that.
That is funny.
Okay.
I think that'd be sick as like a really powerful tool, just because the person who's wielding it puts like a ton of either like care or like maybe they're obsessed with it, like something like that.
I like the idea of someone like having a vital instrument but not understanding what it's typically used for, and like the power of the instrument is something you wouldn't expect. Like someone has a katana, but they've always just thought it's like, oh, this is just a really huge cooking utensil. So like the katana power is just like it summons like hamburgers or something.
Yeah, because it is what it means to you. So I think that would honestly fit.
Another thing I wanted to talk about is something that really went far toward solidifying this as a series that I like. And we talked about it in the first review. I was like kind of on the fence. It was really going to depend on what kinds of opponents they were going to run into, and I'm so glad that they added the raiders into the story, because I would have gotten so bored so quick if they just spent like the whole time fighting trash beasts. Going against humanoid opponents, going against raiders, not just the fact they're humanoid, but the fact that they are also gifters. That's really what I want to see in a shonen battle series. I want to see people with like weird, interesting powers that have rules to them going up against each other. So that was a really good thing in my opinion. And so because of that, I really liked all the stuff with Jabber. And all the raiders in general. I thought that attack that Zanka did, I like how creative you can get, because like, I don't know if you guys remember, but he did that attack where when he was going up against those first two raiders before Jabber showed up, and it looked like he was about to lose, but then like he struck down his staff, and it like did like a vibrating thing on the ground. That was interesting. Anyway, yeah, I'm just saying, yeah, I like the fact that the raiders were added into the story. It makes it a lot more interesting for me.
Honestly, it's weird. Like, before, I would be 100% in agreement with you, but I do think, like, after watching Kaiju number 8 and Don 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 Don, I can see a way where we're going against brainless monsters can work, because I think when you have like a situation where the monster is just a brainless killing machine, I think that can be a really good device to like highlight the characters and highlight them working together. But I do think it is good to have a good balance of like the sentient enemies and like the brainless enemies. Like, I think the fight scene between all the characters fighting like the scorpion trash beast works really well as a way of like demonstrating the characters' powers. But I do think, what's her name? Foot Odor Girl is probably, like, definitely stronger, a much more entertaining, like, antagonist than the other trash beast.
Foot Odor Girl is crazy.
I think there could be something that's interesting you could do with, like, kind of the trash beast, is, like, have something very, like, primal, something that's natural that's happening, that's, like, kind of, villainous, as in, like, the world is being mistreated. In itself, so that's given rise to, like, I don't know, like a big evil trash beast that just wants to like fuck everything up, kind of like like the humanity doesn't care for like the world around them. Like, they don't. I think that would fit the themes of the show of like, here's the result of like not caring about things, just being like nihilistic or like apathetic towards just like honestly your environment and for the world.
Honestly,
yeah, don't get me wrong. I don't have a problem with the trash beasts in themselves. Like, that's fine. I don't mind having the trash beasts. I just don't want them to be like the only antagonistic.
No, I
force,
agree, but on the same
boring.
at the same time, I do hope the trash beasts aren't like totally
Jobbers.
gone now, and like they're just like the level 1 rats at the start of the RPG or whatever. Like, I do hope there's some significance with the actual like world.
Me too. You're right.
But also still keep these these other people, because I agree with you. I think it is more interesting.
How would you?
Yeah, I agree, because if you're right, I definitely agree with that, because if the trash beasts don't end up having any sort of significance outside of just being there, like pretty much like you said, aside of just being like, you know, rats or whatever, level one monsters that you have to beat, then yeah, they would feel pointless. So yeah.
How would you feel if they went the Jujutsu Kaisen route and had like higher level trash beasts actually be like sentient and intelligent? So like they're their own, like you have like the apex trash beasts who are like their own like villain faction aside from the raiders.
Yeah, that would be cool, and I wouldn't be surprised if it does that.
I'm even thinking like you know, the Dune sandworms, where it's just like they're like an unstoppable like force too, and they're like clearly something like even beyond like everything else, to the point where like people form like religions around it. and it's
Yeah.
a direct kind of almost challenge to the force that's coming in to like fuck up the world or whatever.
Matt,
But yeah.
since you brought this up, and since we're in a desert arc,
Uh-huh.
would you rather be in the Dune world or Gachiakuta?
Gachiakuta.
Yeah.
Definitely. Dune World sucks.
They don't have pizza, okay? I'm just saying.
They don't.
They don't have junk food. There's no
Wait, what's
thriving
so bad? What's actually so bad about the Dune world, though? If you're not in House Atreides, like actually,
Okay, but what
I mean,
faction
compared
would
to the
be
trash world.
good, what faction would be good to live in the Dune world? Besides House Atreides, besides them getting all wiped out.
Oh, I mean, I'm just thinking maybe I'm thinking about it wrong. I was just thinking like as a civilian, like if I'm going to be a civilian in the trash world or the Dune world, I think I might actually prefer the Dune world. Probably because I feel like living conditions would be better, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that.
Well, I mean, are you stuck on the planet? Are you stuck on the Dune planet? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying? Who asked the question?
No, I'm saying in your hypothetical, yeah, like, are you saying that you're staying on the Dune planet? Or can you go to, like, the Atreides planet, which is just, like, Earth?
Wait, the Dune planet is the Atreides planet.
No, they...
Are you talking about the original? The original... Oh, okay, yeah, I'm talking about the Dune planet. I'm talking about the Dune planet, yes.
Yes. No, I think that would be awful, because I think... If you're in the desert, you're gonna get fucking murked by a big worm or just like die. You have to drink your own piss, and then if you're like,
that's not. I mean, that's not true.
Society, if you're in society, you're gonna get I don't know, Game of Thrones by like a rival house, or you're gonna get high on space on spice and like become a weird alien thing.
Yeah, okay, but this is exactly why I was saying. I know we're getting off topic, but like this is exactly why I was saying it depends on who. Like if we're talking about like if you have civilian status or not. Like if you're like a main character, sure, I would probably want to be in Gachiakuta. But if you're just a civilian, I would want to be in the Dune world because if you're in the desert, you're a freeman, and the freemen know how to handle the sandworms. If you're in the quote unquote civilized part of the world, then literally, I mean, nothing really matters. Like all those power struggles that are happening up top, like it doesn't really affect you all that much, you know.
What if you're a civilian in like the graffiti city, for example?
Oh heck yeah! You're talking about
I would definitely prefer to be in Dune than in the graffiti city.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, in general,
what is good in the Dune world.
The thing about Gachiakuta in general is that I've told you guys before, I'm not really a fan of post-apocalyptic or dystopic type worlds. So just in general, I don't like the Gachiakuta world. So I just don't really want to be in it. And yeah, so I would much prefer to be in the Dune world.
All right, more pizza for D and I.
And it's not societally, it's not actually that much different than the world I already live in. So I don't know.
Okay, I have a small image of you in my head where you're like, well, they could like, why would I want to go to their planet? They can't even take care of it. Also, how did you guys feel about the Canvas Town section?
I really liked that bit. I like that episode a lot, I think. I thought that I like how they kind of make artists into like wizards in this kind of post.
Yeah.
I kind of like how it's something like pretty minor that I wish more shows would do, but they briefly set up the guy who dies, the artist guy. They briefly set him up in an earlier episode. I noticed him. I'm like, oh, who's that or whatever. But they kind of moved on. And then we find out that he died of like
lung cancer.
Yeah, he died of like fucking lung cancer because he wasn't like careful enough. And we kind of had I kind of had the same reaction. Not the same reaction, but I could kind of understand the whole reaction that Rudolph had of like, I just saw this guy that everybody loved like a day ago. Like I didn't have a huge interaction with him, but I saw him, and he's just fucking dead of like like of a disease, no less, of just like living in this environment. He's just dead. This guy is like
Right.
celebrated by the whole community. And then I like how they kind of choose to celebrate that. And just in general, the whole system with tattoos and art and like using those as like protective like sigils or runes or whatever, I think fits well with the theming of the show, both like stylistically and also just like the way of like that graffiti kind of works. And yeah, I enjoyed that, I guess.
Nice.
Yeah, I also enjoyed it, but for different reasons. Okay, I mean, okay, in general, what I wanted to talk about when it comes to the graffiti city is it made me really take notice of the fact that the author is someone of Gachiakuta. The author of Gachiakuta is someone who really like is really loves art and is like someone who wants to she wants to like promote it and like showcase her love of it and like to actively make it a theme in the story, which I mean you don't see that often a lot. And one interesting way that it shows up is the fact that I don't know if you guys have noticed, but like the character designs in this show are so intricate compared to most any animation. Like if you pay attention to it, like imagine having to draw that in a manga every week. I mean, imagine having to animate that. Like those character designs are like crazy. The trash beasts too, like, so that tells me that that has to be a lot of work to do that like week in and week out. So that tells me is like that's the author is like someone who really enjoys really enjoys art and like
Especially
wants to go the extra
Especially
mile
the manga
to
too. Like, I
express
just saw the
herself.
manga panels or even some of the covers and stuff like that. But the art is really good.
Especially like,
Yeah.
and this is nothing against like their contemporaries, but when you can look at the character designs and compare them to like a lot of the recent stuff like Chainsaw Man or like Jujutsu Kaisen or even Demon Slayer in a sense, it's so like, not saying those designs are bad, but these are just so complex.
Yes.
And
Yes.
just so like, there's so much really good stuff going on with them, and they don't look busy either.
And I wouldn't even say just when you compare it to contemporary stuff. I would say when you compare it to like anything, like in the past or anything, like just in general, when you do cartoons, animated or not, like most of the time, if you're doing anything that's like gonna be a long running thing, anything that you're gonna be doing over an extended period of time, artists are going to want to like streamline their designs unless you're doing something CG or you're like Disney or whatever, right? Even when you're doing CG, because I'm sure that like it's crazy on rendering times.
CG on this is pretty
Like
good, by
in
the
general,
way.
you're going to want to streamline the designs as much as possible. But like, I don't think I've ever seen someone like have such intricate designs in a series ever. I can't think of anything that has it at this level.
Yeah. Okay. Moving forward, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. How did you feel about? Okay, I really like the summation of Rudo's power about how he gives like discarded objects second chances of light at life. But I would have loved it so much that after the super flowery summation of his powers, like the secretary lady walks in and just says like, yeah, all that stuff is turning into asbestos. Congratulations, you all have cancer.
That would be funny. I would actually be mad, but it would be funny, I have to admit.
That aside, I really like a lot of the world building in this show. I really like the deserts environment they're in right now. But I will say, as soon as what's her name, Amo, showed up, everyone's IQ felt like they dropped
Oh my
like
god.
20 digits. I mean, like a good like 3 digits. Oh my
This
god!
is the second time this has happened to them where they follow like a strange girl into
Right.
like a building. who then immediately proceeds to try to kill them. Too like
Okay, wait. We
the
might
most
have to.
obvious
We might have to
fucking
argue
trap too.
Yeah.
What did they actually do? Because if I look at how that whole situation played out, if I'm them, I don't know if I would have done anything different. Like, they're looking for someone. There's someone who shows up saying, I know what you're looking for. It's not like they just blindly follow. They're cautious about it. They discuss it before. They're like, maybe one person should go. They're like, nah, you know what? We should all go. They go, they follow her. They keep their masks on until she tells them to take it off.
There you go.
They're not.
There's one.
I mean, okay, yeah, okay. So let's maybe you guys, yeah, maybe I'm just not able to think of other options, right? But if I'm them, right, and this is the only lead I have, and the only reason I actually have the mask is to protect myself from the air outside, and she's asking, like, you know, for you to take off your mask, for me to take off my mask, I would do it. Is there any reason why you guys wouldn't, or like what would you guys do instead?
Okay, here's the thing with me. So first of all, you're in a decidedly hyper hostile area, and then you have this random girl show up in her underwear who's perfectly fine with this super like toxic environment. A, there's something up with her. B, she's like guiding you to a random unknown location. Yeah, that too. That too.
I mean, you're just stating what happens, right? But like, that doesn't change the fact of what you how do you respond? Like, I feel like their response is the same. I mean, they did respond with caution. Okay,
up to a point.
What does responding with caution look like? I guess my question is, what does responding with caution look like to you?
Okay. I get what you mean, because clearly they're desperate to get information out, so they're willing to do some like bullshit stuff to get information. Clearly, this is a trap. This is sketchy, and they did discuss that. I think what kind of pisses me off the most is they follow all of her orders or whatever, including like taking off the mask to go to the which is, by the way, is just like a terrible idea. But I get having to take that risk in order to get it. And then she like starts wanting them to play along, right? And Engine is like, I don't think so. Like, immediately.
So wait, are you saying it was bad? It was bad for him to like be antagonistic to order?
Yes, especially if they're gonna go, they put themselves in such a vulnerable position, then to immediately for Engine to be antagonistic. Plus, when Engine gets attacked, like through some unknown like thing that they don't understand, immediately what's the name of the fucking blue guy?
Staff guy?
Zonka. Sorry, Zonka, yes. He immediately, like, again, I get his friend just got, like, attacked and, like, you know, potentially, I don't know, like, nearly seriously harmed. Is also immediately antagonistic to the girl as well.
The fact that they didn't immediately put their mask back on drove me insane. Like, literally, like...
Well, I don't... Why? Why would you? Like, what reason would you have to, like...
You don't know.
Yeah, I just don't. Like, what reason would you have to think they're like not having your mask on is what's causing her powers to work? Like,
this.
Why would you?
This obviously unhinged woman. Okay, you're going into an area where you know that the air is toxic, and this obviously unhinged woman is telling you, "Oh yeah, just go ahead and take off your mask. It's all fine. It's all safe." Like, no.
Wait, but they knew that the air wasn't toxic because they weren't in the they went inside the building, right?
I don't know though, because like I feel like that's the other thing too is like they didn't take their mask off until she told them to.
They could have also been hit with like, I don't know, some kind of stunning gas or something. Like they were clearly walking into a trap. And I'll grant you, I think it's fine that they like are reluctantly compliant with it. But then, like, I don't know why they're so antagonistic to her, like, later on. Like, if they were going to be antagonistic from the start, they should have done it in, like, a position where they actually had, like, leverage.
Right.
Okay, let's break it down a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think when Engine started to get antagonistic was when she started to act crazy, right? Before, she was just weird or, like, you know, an anomaly, like, or something that you don't quite understand, right? But then when she started to act like when the BPD started to show up, right? That's when he was like, okay, wait, let's just cut to the chase. And in fact, he wasn't even antagonistic. He was just curt. He was just like, okay, let's cut to this chase here. We want this. Can you help us, right? And that's when things went wrong. Where I would agree with you is how Zanka reacted. Because yeah, I get it. Like, you're right when you said Engine. It's understandable, like, because Engine got hurt and, like, you know, he might be dying or whatever. It's like, okay, this is obviously an enemy. But I do agree with you that he shouldn't. He kind of like went overboard way too quickly, especially when he didn't understand her power yet. You know.
Yeah. Also, I think Rio got a little dumb too. Like right before she got taken out, too. It's like, this person is trying to give me advice. Maybe I should turn my head away from the active threat and focus on the other possible threat.
Yeah, you're right. That was weird too. Yeah, with what was her name?
Rio.
Yeah, Rio. Yeah, I agree with you about that. But I feel like those are the only parts that were like, to me, that's like,
I mean, it's not that big of a
Rio's
deal.
reaction and Zanka's, but like other than that, I mean, if I put myself in their shoes, I don't know. I feel like I would have largely done the same thing as them.
Hey, listen, crazy's hot. We all get it. We all understand it.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, also, one quick thing. I have a lot of respect for the artist right now because Amo's power is something that could easily be made super fucking uncomfortable, and the fact that they had, like, the, restraint to, like, execute it the way it is, I have so much, like, respect for him.
I mean, I wouldn't say there's a huge amount of restraint.
It could have been a lot. We all know it could have been a lot worse.
I don't know.
I don't know if I'm
right
like.
now.
What do you like? What are you exactly? Are you talking about? Like, are you talking about like infinite Tsukuyomi type thing, or like what do you mean?
I'm talking. We're literally fighting. They're literally fighting an anime girl whose power is like hypnotic foot odor. Are you saying?
Oh, okay. Okay, so like something sexual.
It could be like a fetishy thing where she stuck out her feet and.
Oh, that would be funny, actually. You know what? Yeah, if that was me, I wouldn't be able to resist. I would do that. So
See?
I get you. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But again, like that side, like I really enjoyed like her character. I really enjoyed her like spontaneous crash out and everything. So all pretty fun. Do you like her better or worse than Jabber?
Are you asking me?
Or both of you?
Okay, you can go first. Right?
I maybe I don't know. I haven't had. We've had like a couple episodes with her. Honestly, I'd probably watch Jabber more. I don't want to have to look at her anymore.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I mean, I didn't have a problem with Jabber to begin with, and I don't really have a problem with her. So I guess the question's kind of moved for me. But I guess if I had to choose who I like more, I would probably say Jabber, because she is. I don't know. I just like Jabber more. I guess he's just also more entertaining, I think.
Another thing I want to point out about this world being way better than the Sphere. All of the antagonistic forces in the Sphere are really huge douchebags. All the bad guys here are pretty chill. Like, yeah, they're trying to kill you, but they're kind of nice about it, you know? Like, Jabber was super enthusiastic. He was very encouraging.
I think they're crazy. I think they're insane, D.
Like, Amo was giving everyone, like, good smells. She was very, like, friendly. All she wanted to do was just talk about boys and girls. Like, she was super nice. Like, the apostles from the Sphere, they would have just thrown you off a, like, cliff. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I feel like I could hang out with most of the, like, if you gave me a choice between being forced to hang out with either the apostles or, like, the raiders, I think I would easily pick the raiders.
Wait, who are the apostles again?
The people who threw Rudo into the pit.
Oh yeah, for sure. I agree. If nothing else, because they have cool powers, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it still might be interesting. I wouldn't mind if they didn't do this because they don't need to. But to see maybe like have the sphere kind of still involved in the background of the plot somehow, like maybe kind of ensuring that there's like chaos going down below, kind of like putting their fingers on the scale, and that way we can see, I don't know, a little bit more of like how they operate. But
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious about like, because I'm curious about seeing the contrast between Sphere World and the
Grounder.
this kind of colorful world. And we got that at the start, obviously, but I wouldn't mind seeing it more. But also, I feel like it's reasonable for them to kind of leave that behind. Although we
Right.
did get. I'm honestly surprised they even brought up the girl again.
Yeah.
And they're playing into Rudolph's,
Rudolph.
like they keep going back to his experience up there with flashbacks and stuff.
I'm sorry, Rudolph the red-eyed trash goblin.
And I think
Trash
that's
goblin,
good.
yeah. Yes,
I think that's a good thing. Yeah, because I feel like in a lot of series of this mold, the character like would kind of just move on very quickly, but in it realistically, his experience, the kind of experiences he had in the sphere, would like stick with him hardcore, and he's obviously still very traumatized from it. So I think it's a very good thing that the author is doing by like constantly bringing it, bring it to attention.
and yeah, it's one of the many things I think that make Rudolph seem like more like a. He feels a lot more like a kid than some other protagonists are.
Yeah, he feels like a
which-
real person.
Yeah, which I appreciate. He's got the meatheadedness, but he also has like the kind of compassion and like immaturity, but also like the probably the same kind of fears and trauma that like a kid like him would have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm glad we're still kind of exploring that sometimes, which not a lot of shows always do. So it's good to see that.
Heck yeah.
one thing I don't like is so I feel like I'm starting to feel like his power is like too open ended, and I started specifically thinking this in, was it episode 10, I think, where before Amo showed up, they were fighting a trash beast, I think, and like he takes a keyboard and he turns that into a weapon, and I don't know, it's just like, so can you just do anything? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I want to see there be limits to his power. And also on a more general level, I feel like if there's one thing that the power system is missing in this series, is that I feel like there should be some sort of like mana system or something, because I don't know, it just feels a little bit too like, can they just fight forever, with their power? You know what I mean? I don't know.
So
Well, they
I
did
would
establish
say
with
that-
Rudo that his stuff. I think they put a limit on it, where the more he uses an object. Well, I guess it kind of depends. But I mean, they explain the second life thing, but it does put like a battery on like how much he can use his power and what he can use it with. Honestly, I think.
What
they-
about
they
other
should've-
people?
Other people, I think
people?
it's just
I don't
like
Yeah.
it's like Bleach. Like their weapon has a superpower, and the mana system is like how much damage they take. So if someone like takes enough beating, then they go down. But like
Yeah.
whatever power they have, I don't think it's like on a specific like. There's not a specific like duration or limit to how much they can fight outside of their own physical body.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I might just be overthinking it. What do you guys think is going on with his glove thing? Like the thing that Jabber mentioned about like, oh, you have this series of what is it called again? A vital instrument.
They're collectibles.
With like the 3 rings that Amo also has. Like, what do you guys think is going on with that?
They're like Pokemon cards. They're like Supreme Merc.
There's SSR.
I wonder if there's like, I don't know, maybe there was like some like either ancient hero or group of heroes where they all had objects that I don't know. Like maybe
I'm go-
like yeah, they're like more powerful objects than before. You know.
I'm going with the idea that like there's like this giant armor set that's
Yeah.
like how, because you see how like Rudo has the
Mm.
gloves, Amo has the feet. I think one of the rare boss has like the backpack. So I think there's probably something going on where if you collect all of the like super legendary like armor piece vital instruments, it might be a huge MacGuffin in the future. Maybe.
Oh, that would be so interesting. I like
Mm.
that. That's a good idea.
I'm starting to think that the dad who adopted him was like
Mm.
probably pretty more powerful than was let
Mm.
on. And like now that I'm like thinking about the dad, I'm like completely forgot that he got like killed by some guy
Yes,
who
true.
ran away,
Very true.
who's still
Yeah.
on the sphere. And now I'm curious about, is that gonna be the main? Like I wonder if like now I'm curious about that whole thread because clearly, if it's someone on the surface level, like I don't know, maybe it's like the main like raider guy.
Do you think the
If that's him, he's got a way to get up to the sphere and back.
I was gonna say I think it's a different person.
Yeah.
I'm almost wondering if the lead raider guy, if that's like Rudo's like biological
His
father. or
biological
not.
dad, yeah. Interesting.
That would be interesting.
What do you guys think of the main cleaner, the leader?
Oh, Corvus.
I like his
Yeah.
design.
He's cool. I mean, there isn't much.
That's a good point.
I mean, yeah, I don't know if there's really been much shown about him that much so far, but like he's cool so far.
I mean, I give again. This is this is a weird nitpick, but I have like, and I'm not like against it or saying you can't have it this way, but I'm really impressed that like this show has multiple like characters of color, and none of them control lightning.
Facts.
multiple like characters, characters of color, I guess is the term you used. Who
Wait a minute.
like who have sick ass designs. Like some of these in general, to kind of go
All
off
the-
about the art in general, is like a lot of these character designs feel like pretty unique to this show. Like I can't pick out like another character in another anime that they like necessarily look like.
Yeah.
They're just like all like very unique and fun and very I like them.
This might
I actually
be-
don't like Rudo's design though. After he got like officially inducted into the
That's
the cleaners, yeah, his new outfit, I actually don't like it.
Really.
Yeah.
It makes him look so much more. You realize how skinny he is.
Yeah, he is very skinny. You know who's really skinny? Talking about character designs, right? What's her name? Rio, right? It's not actually that common that you see. I would actually say it's very rare that you see a character that's like a super skinny character design. You know how the meme is like, oh, you know, authors will do like one character design for all girls or whatever.
Right.
But like usually if they deviate the other way. They don't deviate like making them extremely skinny. You know, they deviate making them a little bit like thicker or like, you know, not as thin, whatever you want to say, right?
or like rounded. Like her,
Yeah.
I'm looking at her design now, and her hips are like sharp. Like it feels like you said, like much more that she's like skinny rather than like they're trying to make her look, I don't know, like hyper attractive,
hourglass.
skinny. You know, like
Yeah. And Rudo's the same way. He is very
Yeah.
skinny too. Yeah.
It's also
Rio
characters
looks
that-
like he's like 50
sorry, go on.
pounds soaking wet.
who?
Huh?
Rudo looks like he's like 50 pounds soaking wet.
Yeah. Except when he gets his hands on some candy, he suddenly turns into Luffy and he just can expand. That was a funny scene.
There was that one girl, the villain who had the big disc on her back.
Oh yeah, the
Who
ripped, like
was,
short
was
girl.
like fucking ripped.
Yeah.
or had muscles, like
Right.
which is like surprising to see on like that character type, or like on any like woman in general. You know.
Again, like I would
But also, none of this is surprising considering the fact that this is made by women. So,
Yeah, no, but it's cool to see. Like I like these character
Yeah.
designs.
yeah.
They're sick.
Honestly, I'm really happy that we're seeing more and more shows that play around with like the diversity of like physical builds of a lot of the characters, like stuff
Yeah.
like Dungeon Meshi, Don, and now this. I'm happy we're getting more body types in anime.
Yeah. There's something else I want to talk about, but it's kind of like a rewind to like
That's
what we
fine.
were talking about earlier. It's the fight during the fight between Zanka and Rudo. I mean, not Zanka and Rudo, Jabber and Rudo. And when Zanka shows up and they team up against Jabber, I don't see. This is something that got under my skin, or like it could be that I just didn't understand it. But like, basically, it seemed like the way Jabber's power worked, like when he like injected himself with his own poison or whatever, is that like because he didn't know, like he wasn't conscious, then Rudo's defense from the talisman couldn't actually stop him, right?
Yeah.
But I don't see how what Zanka, because apparently I guess like the thing that the talisman was doing was that it was supposed to stop things, anything that has bad intent coming toward Rudo. But I don't see how what Zanka was doing was not ill intent, because it's not like he was randomly berserking around. Like even though he was unconscious, he was still specifically targeting Rudo the whole time. He wasn't just like randomly hitting things. So I don't see how that's, to me that feels like a plot hole. I don't know.
I think the intention, I think the intention was that he was just randomly thrashing out, like his body, like like the whole thing with a chicken with his head cut off, how the muscles are just spazzing around. I think it was just him, like, I think the intention was, like, he wasn't actively he wasn't, like, trying to hurt Rudo. His body was just flailing around, and he just had, like, sharp knives attached to his hands, almost.
But I mean, he was still aiming for Rudo, like explicitly. It's like, if it was a thing where like he's just berserking around, like hitting walls, hitting columns, hitting the ground, right? And he just happens to sometimes hit Rudo, that I would understand. But he was like aiming for Rudo. You know what I mean?
Also,
Okay.
they're in a parking lot. Like they could have easily had it. Like he just starts like whamming on pillars and like random stuff, and just like the random debris that's gonna fall on Rudo is like things not gonna be able to like detect it, and then occasionally hitting him. I think, and then I think it would be nice to see that it's a risky move. That what's his name? the villain.
Jabber.
Jabber, yeah. That like it's a risky move to him. Like we even see Jabber himself get injured from it or whatever. I feel like where it doesn't really sell about how like crazy of a thing it is, because we don't actually get to see him like go. Like we can just kind of see what he was doing before, but like more intense. Like I think if he had like, even if he had like allies with him, who he was like also attacking or something like that, like add some kind of thing where he was doing a gamble that like did pay off for him but was like really risky, I think would have helped sell that moment better, because I do think the intention there was kind of cool. I just don't think I think they could have executed it like more convincingly.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. And then another part of that fight that was just crazy to me is the fact that Grease, whatever, however you pronounce it, the fact that he survived, because he took a straight shot straight through his heart, right? Like, okay, if you're going to make him survive, this is a similar thing. Remember the end of Lazarus? It's a similar thing as that. Like, if you're going to make him, if you know you're not going to kill him off, right, and you're going to make him survive, then just have him like get hit somewhere that's not as vital as the fucking heart. Like do the legs or the ribs or something, or like do the right side of his chest. But like, why? Like he should be dead immediately.
Listen, man, it's called skill, okay? It's called resolve, all right? It's called powering through. He had a lucky talisman, okay?
I think
the talisman didn't even protect him. It protected Rudo.
Yeah, protected Rudo. I think to also have the nerve to be like, for the nurse girl to be like, oh,
Oh yeah,
I'm such a fuck up. It's like this guy was dead. I don't know how he even like
yeah,
didn't lose all his blood on the way back to their base.
yeah. He should. I'm not mad at him surviving. I'm mad at him. I'm mad at him clearly like getting injured so bad that there's no way he should survive. You know what I mean? Like you could have just injured him in a way that like it's plausible, you know, or it doesn't even have to be plausible, but like pretty much there's nothing as much of that's like as much of a kill shot as like through the heart, except for the head, right? So like do pretty much any other part of the body and I'm not going to complain.
Dude, getting lung cancer is more dangerous than getting a shot in the fucking heart, apparently.
Apparently, yeah.
Like they could have easily just had him get like sliced like superficially and just been like, yeah, the poison took him out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Or maybe even have someone on their team who was able to, like, I don't know, cauterize the wound, and, like, not have it be, like, in the heart or whatever, and Rudo was able to give them valuable time to do that. I do think... I mean, I do like the moment where Rudo's kind of, like, still in shock about it, despite him being okay. They could have, like, played with that moment, too, more, where it's, like, these guys kind of trivialize death in a way, and it's kind of like he still went through the experience of thinking his like friend died and they're all like laughing about it. But like I do think they should have, I don't know, I thought he was dead. This is like one of the cases where I'm like, oh, the guy, they've been like putting up death flags for him the whole episode, and then he gets like so obviously stabbed like right through like the center of his body.
Yeah,
and he's like lying on the ground dying. But when the other guy was like he's still alive, I kind of figured they were gonna do that, but I think they should have just, you know, done the cliche, just have him die off. Unless they were going to do something interesting with his character, like maybe he comes back but he's not fully himself, and that's like, I don't know, traumatic for Rudolph or whatever.
I like how you keep saying Rudolph. I'm gonna start calling him that. Okay, and there's pretty much just one more thing that I wanted to say, which is the world building is great and all, but I think it's like a fire hose or something. It's like so much, you know. It's hard to keep up. All the characters that keep being introduced. It's so, the list of names. I usually write down names like when I watch something, and this is so long. Like there's so many characters.
Because you know that's the thing. It's like you compare it to something like One Piece. We would have been in like the that metropolitan area for a good like 30 episodes. We would have been in like the canvas town for an entire arc.
Yeah, probably.
Those two guys who just couldn't skill check their way through like the invisible wall.
Oh yeah,
we would have been fighting them for like a good 3 weeks at this point.
Yeah,
I like how we didn't talk about Rudo inflating and turning into like Violet Borg. I also like how they teased.
I did talk about that.
Oh, you did? Okay, sorry, my bad. What'd you say?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because it was such a non.
Oh, I said. I mean, it was about when we were talking about how skinny he is. I was like, except when he gets his hands on some sweets, he turns into Luffy.
He turns into like a fucking balloon, which is like I love how they built it out. At the beginning of the episode, at least I think it was the beginning. It was at the beginning of the episode, or at the end of the last episode. But they like built it out as like a, oh my god, we're already at the stage where the base is going to get attacked by some like fucking bulbous like monster that's like I don't even know. But I like how they cut it to like a hours earlier type of thing, and it's just been figured out. He ate so much candy that he started to like inflate.
Honestly, that's so real.
Degree.
Yeah,
that's so. Because imagine you're like, I don't. How old is he? 12 or something?
12. Yeah. Imagine candy for the first time.
Yeah, and like you never had candy before, you know, and you've just been eating sphere food your whole life. Goodness gracious, you know, like.
Okay, this is.
being a
I mean,
shonen protagonist too. Like, come on.
Oh, yeah, it's GG. Yeah.
I would have given them so much credit if they. Okay, so if you think about it, like they mentioned he was just living off of bread and like warm broth for like the majority of his life. I like the idea that him inflating like this is almost realistic because his body is taking in so many more chemicals than he would be used to. Like, I almost would have loved it if they had a small gag of him going into like system shock and having to be respawned by the nurse girl.
It is like the meme of giving a medieval peasant like a Baja
Chocolate.
Blast or something like that, or like a Cheeto. It just be
So
like, yeah,
funny.
they would probably just die, I think.
Yeah. Oh, I just remember one more thing I wanted to say,
Yeah.
but is there anything you guys wanted to
I'm
say?
good on my end.
Okay. Yeah, so I just wanted to say it was funny when they were describing they're like they made sure to describe what it is that makes someone a giver. Like it doesn't have anything to do with morality, which is why raiders can have giver powers. It has to do with how much they care about an object. So when I got to that part, my mind just automatically went to like, okay, so pretty much in this world, like your giver strength just comes down to how autistic you are, pretty much. Like
I thought you were about to say how much
the
you
more
give a
obsessed
shit.
you are with an object, the more powerful you're going to be. So like those that's pretty like the cleaners is pretty much like, you know, the top autists of the world, you know.
Dude, we meet the top giver, and it's like their thing is a train that could drive anywhere.
No, I
That
thought
would
you were
be
about to
so
say
funny.
like you see the top giver, but he doesn't do anything. Like he's just so obsessed with this object that he's just staring at it nonstop. They just stuck in one location.
Yeah. You know what I just realized? If I was in this world, right? I feel like my giver power would be like, I don't know. I would be really OP because my vital instrument would be like, I don't know, a One Piece DVD or something, right? And then I would be able to channel like all of the powers of everyone in the series, you know? And you know, it'd pretty much be over.
Dang, you beat me to it because like I'm a figure nerd, so I would just have like one of my figures just be a stand or something.
Oh, yeah, that would be good.
You know they're gonna like do that sometime somewhere along the line. You know that's coming up, and I cannot wait for that.
I really hope so. And I can definitely see it happening, especially with this author.
That'd be funny because I think this is Shonen Jump. It would be really hilarious if one of the givers' like vital instrument is just a Luffy action figure.
Is this even a Shonen Jump series?
Let me double check.
I don't know.
I feel like it is.
It might be,
Legally
yeah.
distinct Luffy.
2 feet.
2 feet.
Yeah, two.
It's the Netflix live action version.
Two piece.
Yeah.
Piece.
No. Okay. Yeah. It isn't. It's It's not Shonen Jump. It's Weekly Shonen Magazine, and it's
Okay.
Kodansha.
You know what? That might also explain why I didn't hear as much about it before the anime came out, because I guess Shonen Jump generally just has more
Shonen Jump has
emotion,
hype
I
behind
guess.
it.
Yeah.
Actually,
All
let
right.
me see.
Anything else?
I'm
That's
good.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
What about you, Matt?
I think I'm good.
All right. Are you guys ready for final ratings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so real fast, I am Modi. Like you redefined your rating a few shows ago. I'm redefining my rating scale. So instead of a 1 to 10, I'm doing it by tiers. So the top highest rating is masterpiece, great, good, mid, bad, and trash. Because I'm tired of trying to like assign like numerical values to experiences. So to give like
Okay.
some context, I would
Okay.
say something like Jujutsu. Like so great would be something where I'm completely in love with it, but I see flaws. Masterpiece is it's absolutely perfect, and I can't imagine making something on this level. Good is where there's good parts and there's bad parts, but the good slightly outweighs the bad. Mid is where it's either just no impression or it has equal good and bad. So something like Demon
Dun, dun,
Slayer,
dun.
which has really great. Oh, jeez. I was saying
Sorry,
Don
go
Don's
ahead.
like in the great minus. I was saying, dang. Bad is something where I can see it having some good parts to it, but the bad parts just outweigh it. So something like Red Ranger Isekai. And then trash is just something where I have there's absolutely nothing I like about it. So Solo Leveling.
Oh, really? You think solo leveling
Yes.
is trash? Wait, what did you
Yes.
do? You remember what you rated it when we reviewed it?
I probably rated it like a 5 out of 10, but now that I'm thinking back to it and like I sat on it, I think I was too nice to it.
Yeah, I think
Wow.
its popularity has pissed me off, kind of. So I
So
think I'd just out of spite lower the rating more.
So like for this, I would say Gachiakuta, I would give it a grade because I really love the world building, I really love the character designs, I really love the action, and I think well, I wouldn't say it's like peak fiction. I would say like the only critiques I could really lob at it would just be a weaker start, and honestly, mostly just be nitpicking at this point.
Okay. Yeah, I like your system. The only thing I would have an issue with if I had a system like yours is that I feel like 80% of everything I reviewed would just end up in the good category, so it would like dilute like I feel like I would lose some sort of a like
Aha.
intricacy, I guess, or something like that.
You see,
But
this is
yeah,
where we also have
I definitely
like,
agree with like your thought behind it of like rather than putting a number on it, put like how the experience. Yeah.
That's why I also have like good plus and good minus, or bad minus and bad plus.
This is why you have
Okay, so
for
pretty
each
much-
good. You have like a 1 out of 10 good.
Okay.
Hold on.
All right. And so for me, and do you have anything else to say aside from your rating?
No, all in all, good time.
Okay. For me, I would give it probably like a 7 out of 10. I think it's good. Like I said, it does pretty much exactly what I want to see in a battle series. But probably what detracts from it is just the overall atmosphere, is the world. I don't really like the world.
Yeah.
Not saying it's badly done. It's just not my taste.
Right.
And it's like the difference between like if this series was more like the Kaiju number 8 world, I would rate this over Kaiju number 8 because battle wise, I like this series more. But Kaiju number 8 has a more appealing world to me, and also, I mean, I the characters in Kaiju number 8 are great, but also the characters in Gachiakuta are also really good. But I do think the Kaiju number 8 characters are probably a little bit better. Although, sorry, I keep going back and forth. The main character of Gachiakuta, I think, is better than the main character of Kaiju number 8, just because he feels. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I like him more. I like, what's his name again? The main character
Kafka.
of Kaiju. What is
Kafka.
it? Oh yeah, Kafka. I like Kafka more, personally, but I think, what's his name? Rudolph is written better.
Yeah, Rudolph.
Question.
Yeah.
Would your opinion of Rudo change if he was 30 years old?
No, it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with personality.
Yes.
Kafka's personality itself, I like his personality more than Rudolph's, but I think Rudolph
God
is
dang it.
better written, I guess, or he's more complex. I guess maybe you can say he feels more complex, at least so far. So yeah.
God dang it, Rudolph, Rudon. Guys can't get the name right.
No, I just like Rudolph. I really like that. I'm just gonna use that. It's good.
That's his legal name. That's his
That's his
government
legal name. Yeah, exactly.
So it's on his birth certificate.
That was his sphere name.
Yeah. So yeah, overall 7 out of 10. Pretty good.
That's one of the bits I like from Family Guy, where they revealed that Meg's name is short for Megatron.
Really? Oh,
Yes.
You're right. That's true. I forgot about that.
I haven't seen a single episode of that show, but I've seen like a couple of clips that are I'm like, okay. Maybe
Yeah, that
that's
is
funny.
true. Yeah.
As far as the show goes, I think something that it does that I think is like pretty, I think unique and pretty good, pretty phenomenal is like its art, its character designs. I generally do like the world and like a lot of the the settings they're taking these fights in and the places they're going. I'm like interested to see like what other kind of set pieces they have, because the designs of everything I think is like kind of sets it apart from other anime. Where I get annoyed about it sometimes is through stuff like dialogue and the way that the story's written. Pisses me off sometimes. I don't think I expressed that enough in this.
Yeah, I
interview.
don't think
Like,
you even got into like, because you said there at the beginning of the review, you said like, oh, there's some highs and some lows, but I don't even know if you really got
I didn't
into
really get
the
into the
lows.
lows. Yeah. And it's kind of hard for me to, because there was some episodes where I was really engaged. For example, the graffiti one. I was like pretty engaged with that episode. And then there was episodes where I was like incredibly bored or uninterested. And when there's, I think it's like honestly more when there's like a focus on when they're doing like the combat and a lot of the kind of anime dialogue stuff is where I like check out the most of the show, because that stuff kind of feels like everything else that we've watched, and that was kind of like not that everything has to be unique. It was just like all the stuff that I find annoying with shonen anime were like still present in the show, but that's offset by all the interesting stuff they have to counteract it. But I can't let D take all the thunder and be the only one to completely change his rating system. And I feel like something I like to do to mask my genuine thoughts about something is to mask it with a comedy. And I decide that it's going to be a 50-50 rating scale that I have. It's either the most incredible, just jaw-dropping, inspiring show that we've ever watched, or it's the worst garbage, complete dog shit show that we've ever seen before. And this, I think, is going to fall under the upper half. I think it's the best show that we've ever watched so far.
Peak fiction. Gotcha.
Peak fiction. Yeah, it's really, it's truly the best show ever. Nothing compares. So I'm doing it's a scale from like 0 to 1, and it's all whole numbers.
Heck
So
yeah.
it's a 1.
This is scored a 1. That's my review.
Okay.
That's my number for this.
All right. All right, cool. So that's been our review of Gachiakuta episodes 6 through 11. Next week we'll be finishing up Gachiakuta. We'll be doing episode 12, and we'll also finish up Dandadan with the last 2 episodes. Unless Dandadan is going to keep going, I'm not sure. Maybe even Gachiakuta is going to keep going. I really don't know. But yeah, that's the plan. So stay tuned for that, and thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.